Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I'm Tanvi Taneja with the midday news. The headlines. At least 27 people killed as heavy rain continues to batter Mumbai and other parts of Maharashtra. Navy teams join rescue operations. Centre sets up empowered body to implement and monitor the recommendations on doubling farmers' income. CBI conducting searches across 12 states and union territories in connection with bank fraud cases. US Senate passes legislative provision bringing India at par with America's NATO allies for increasing defence cooperation. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, India take on Bangladesh at Birmingham in a short while from now. At least 27 people have been killed since last night as heavy rain continues to batter Mumbai and other parts of Maharashtra. In Mumbai, 18 people died in a wall collapse incident in suburban Malad. 4 of the 75 injured are critical. The incident reportedly occurred at 2 a.m. in Pimpri Pada in Malad East area after a retaining wall collapsed on few hutments built on hilly slope due to heavy rain. Officials said few people may be trapped under the debris. Search and rescue operations by NDRF and other agencies are underway. In another incident in the city at around 1:30 a.m., at least 3 people were killed and 1 injured after the wall of the National Urdu School fell on the nearby hutments. A portion of a road caved in at Sangharsh Nagar in Chandivali in one more incident. The municipal corporation has asked residents staying in the nearby buildings to evacuate the houses and move to a safer place. In Pune, 6 labourers were killed and 3 injured after a wall collapsed in Ambegaon area late last night. The Navy has deployed various teams to provide relief to rain-hit and stranded people in Kurla area of Mumbai. In Krantinagar in Kurla, 1,000 people were evacuated with the help of NDRF, fire brigade, naval teams, as well as local volunteers to prevent any untoward incident due to overflowing Methi river. In Mumbai, 52 flights were cancelled and another 55 diverted to nearby airports due to the inclement weather and skidding of a SpiceJet aircraft at Mumbai airport last night. An official from the Mumbai civic body said water levels have started receding. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Colleges affiliated to Mumbai University have also postponed the examination and have said that the new exam timetable will be announced soon. Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis in a tweet message said that the state government has announced compensation of 5 lakh rupees to the next of the kin of the victims who have lost their lives in various incidents in the state and said the Mumbai civic body should also give a compensation of 5 lakh rupees to the next of the kin of the victims in Malad wall collapse incident. Kunal Shinde, AIR News, Mumbai.
Mumbai is witnessing one of its most intense monsoon spells this year as the city received the highest rainfall in a decade over a 2-day period, severely affecting road, rail and air traffic. The Weather Bureau has predicted very intense rain in Mumbai and its neighbouring areas during the next few hours. The centre has constituted an empowered body for implementation and monitoring of the recommendations of the Committee on Doubling Farmers' Income. Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said this in the Lok Sabha while replying to supplementaries during the question hour. He said the Interministerial Committee on Doubling Farmers' Income submitted its report to the government in September last year. Mr. Tomar said the committee stressed on agriculture market reforms, price support system for farmers, reducing input cost for farming, soil health, irrigation management and risk management with respect to crop loss. The central government has described as inappropriate and unconstitutional the Uttar Pradesh government's decision to include 17 OBC communities in the scheduled castes list. Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Thawar Chand Gehlot was responding to the issue during Zero Hour in the Rajya Sabha today. He said, "It is the rights of Parliament to take such steps and there is a procedure for it." UPA chairperson Sonia Gandhi today raised the issue of alleged privatization of 6 railway units in the country. During Zero Hour in the Lok Sabha, Ms. Gandhi said the government is giving model coach factory at Raebareli to a company which is a step towards privatization. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch the BJP membership campaign from Varanasi on the birth anniversary of Shyama Prasad Mukherjee on Saturday. This was stated by Parliamentary Affairs Minister Prahlad Joshi after the conclusion of the BJP Parliamentary Party meeting held in the Parliament Library building today. Mr. Joshi said,
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के
Honorable Prime Minister will launch the membership drive of the party on 6th of this month from Varanasi. Mr. Amit Shah will launch the campaign in Telangana.
तेलंगाना में लॉन्च करेंगे.
Talking to media, the minister said all senior leaders of the party will also participate in the launch event from across the country. He said, talking about the membership drive, Mr. Modi asserted that the campaign should be all-inclusive and widely distributed where individuals from all walks of life could participate. Mr. Modi also highly stressed on the importance of the presence of the MPs in the House and said the House is itself a university and provides a great opportunity for everybody to learn. He said the government's achievements should reach the masses and all MPs should take information pertaining to the budget to their respective constituencies. The Central Bureau of Investigation is conducting a special drive today in connection with bank fraud cases. The CBI spokesperson said the agency is carrying out searches at over 50 places in 18 cities across 12 states and union territories. 14 cases have been registered against the accused, including various companies, their promoters, directors and bank officials. Details are awaited. The Supreme Court has sought a response from the centre on Congress leader Jairam Ramesh's plea challenging amendments made by way of money bills to the Prevention of Money Laundering Act since 2015. The court issued notice to the central government and sought its stand on the petition, which has contended that the amendments in the PMLA by way of money bills were a violation of the Constitution. The centre moved the Supreme Court today challenging a Bombay High Court order which sought fugitive Mehul Choksi's medical report to ascertain if he was fit to be extradited to India. Choksi is facing trial in various cases, including the PNB scam. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta told the Apex Court bench headed by Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi that the High Court order may have an adverse impact on the government's effort to extradite Choksi to India. The DMK moved the Supreme Court today seeking urgent hearing of its plea for disqualification of 11 AIADMK MLAs for voting against Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Edappadi K. Palaniswamy in a 2017 confidence motion. The court said it will consider listing Dravid Munnetra Kadagam's petition seeking disqualification of the MLAs, including Deputy Chief Minister O. Paneerselvam. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. The United States Senate has passed a legislative provision that brings India at par with America's NATO allies and countries like Israel and South Korea for increasing defense cooperation. The National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA, for the fiscal year 2020 was introduced by Senate India Caucus Co-Chair Senator John Cornyn with the support of Senate India Caucus Co-Chair Senator Mark Warner. The amendment provides for increased US-India defense cooperation in the Indian Ocean in areas of humanitarian assistance, counter-terrorism, counter-piracy and maritime security. The bill would be signed into law after both chambers of the US Congress pass it. India has pledged to contribute $5 million this year to the UN Palestine Refugee Agency. It also voiced concern over the agency's financial situation and called for ensuring sustained fiscal support for its work. India's Deputy Permanent Representative to the UN Ambassador K. Nagaraj Naidu said the government has increased its annual financial contribution fourfold to the core budget of United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees. In Tamil Nadu, the fuel tank of a Tejas light combat aircraft accidentally burst during a training flight this morning. Authorities of the Indian Air Force Training Centre in Sulur confirmed that it was a Tejas light combat aircraft. Earlier, it was reported that the aircraft involved in the incident was a MiG-21. Both crew members later landed safely at the Air Force base in Sulur. Air Force as well as local police have started inquiry into the incident. There is a sharp decline in the cases of deadly Japanese encephalitis and acute encephalitis in Uttar Pradesh. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath said the government's awareness programs proved successful in reducing the ailment. Inaugurating the second phase of the Communicable Disease Control and Dastak campaign, Mr. Adityanath said efforts of his government have started yielding favourable results. The first ever India International Cooperatives Trade Fair, IICTF, will be held in New Delhi between 11th to 13th of October. The initiative is part of the Agriculture Export Policy 2018, which aims at doubling the agriculture export and integrating Indian farmers and agriculture products with global value chains. Addressing a curtain-raiser press conference on the trade fair in the national capital today, Agriculture and Farmers Welfare Minister Narendra Singh Tomar said,
आज ये आवश्यकता है कि हमारी आत्मनिर्भरता हर क्षेत्र में बने। कृषि के क्षेत्र में कृषक को पर्याप्त मात्रा में मुनाफा मिले और 2022 तक किसानों की आमदनी दोगुनी हो, यह लक्ष्य प्रधानमंत्री जी ने निर्धारित किया है।
A campaign called Operation Kumar has been launched in Rajouri, a border district of Jammu division, to make 312 panchayats tobacco-free. The program is run by the district administration to make panchayats free from tobacco and tobacco-based products. District Development Commissioner Rajouri convened a meeting of officers in this regard and gave necessary directions. More from our correspondent.
Under the program, even the headmasters of the schools have been authorized to impose a fine on the sale of tobacco within 100 yards of school limits. Block medical officers have been directed to set up counseling centers at all community health centers to help tobacco consumers to quit this habit. The district officers have been urged upon to work in a mission mode so as to make the society free from the injurious tobacco and tobacco-based products. R.K. Rana, AIR News, Jammu.
On to sports news now. In the ICC Cricket World Cup, India will take on Bangladesh in their 8th and penultimate round-robin match at Birmingham in a short while from now. All India Radio will broadcast live commentary on the game from 2:30 p.m. It can be heard on Rajdhani, FM Rainbow Network and DTH Hindi. We have a report.
The men in blue will be without the services of all-rounder Vijay Shankar, who's been ruled out due to a toe injury. He'll be replaced by batsman Mayank Agarwal, who's yet to make his ODI debut. India are second in the 10-team points table with 11 points from 7 matches, and a win over Bangladesh today will see Virat Kohli and company secure a place in the semi-finals. Defending champions and table leaders Australia is the only team that has qualified to the last 4 so far. Bangladesh is 7th in the table with 7 points from 7 matches, and if they lose today, they will bow out of the semi-final race. South Africa, West Indies and Afghanistan are the bottom 3, and they are the teams that are so far out of contention of sealing a last 4 slot. India, 3rd place New Zealand, 4th place host England, Pakistan, Sri Lanka and Bangladesh can still make it to the semis. Sabi Hassan Khan, AIR News.
In tennis, world number 2 Naomi Osaka has made a shock first round exit from the Wimbledon Championships, the 3rd Grand Slam of the season at London. The Japanese, who is the US and Australian Open champion, was stunned by Yulia Putintseva of Kazakhstan 6-7, 2-6. 6th seed Alexander Zverev and 7th placed Stefanos Tsitsipas were also in the list of upsets on the first day of the tournament yesterday. The lone Indian in the singles, Pragnesh Guneshwaran, also made an exit. And now, before we end the bulletin, here are the headlines once again. At least 27 people killed as heavy rain continues to batter Mumbai and other parts of Maharashtra. Navy teams join rescue operations. Centre sets up empowered body to implement and monitor the recommendations on doubling farmers' income. CBI conducting searches across 12 states and union territories in connection with bank fraud cases. US Senate passes legislative provision bringing India at par with America's NATO allies for increasing defence cooperation. And in ICC Cricket World Cup, India take on Bangladesh at Birmingham in a short while from now. And for details of these stories and more, you can log on to our website www.newsonair.com. And with that, we end the midday news.